Welcome back. Yes. Because it's the final concert. The final concert of the 2023, I know. But luckily we have a lot of it in our hearts, and we'll take it with us. Maybe we even have some of it on videos, hopefully, so we'll take it with us. I want to remind you that this year the Lotus Festival is presented by Indiana University Bloomington. And we want to give additional thanks to our friends at the IU Office of the Provost, the IU Center for the Study of Global Change, Ivy Tech Community College, the Writer, Rondeville, One World Enterprises, IU Credit Union, Fresh Figs Marketing, Holiday Inn, and many more. Let's give our sponsors a round of applause. I think I was supposed to do it earlier, and thank goodness you got it, is to point out the exits, which are behind you this way and to the side here in case of an emergency. Please remember to silence your phones. And I just want to remind you, some of you maybe came in a little bit late, but if you like this t-shirt, your last chance to purchase is the next hour and a half. And you can do that. There's a QR code at the merch desk, and you can scan it, and it'll take you to the page to order your own t-shirt. Again, we really love the design this year. So I'm excited to present our last artist, who is, I feel like he's a Bloomington alum, right? He's been here before. So Sonny Singh's music is spiritual and rebellious. It's a vibrant, ebullient, and energized. It's a prayer for our ailing world. And this is actually a quote from Jazz Times. His musical outlet as a child of immigrant parents in North Carolina was singing Sikh devotional music in houses of worship. His energy shifted to other types of music as he grew older and became a more serious musician, and that includes ska, reggae, funk, punk rock, bhangra, and more. As a singer and trumpet player, of course, if you've been to many Lotuses, and some of you have, right? Many Lotuses. He's been central to the sound and energy of the Lotus favorite band, Red Bharat. So you know Red Bharat. His music is an uplifting space for reflection and action, steeped in Sikh devotional themes with an anthemic Punjabi sound. Would you please join me in welcoming Sonny Singh?
Good afternoon, and thank you so much for having us. It's really an honor to close out Lotus Festival 2023.
के सब बंदे अवले अला नूर पाया कुदरत के सब बंदे एक नूर ते सब जगह उपजिया कौन भले को मंदे अवले अला नूर पाया कुदरत के सब बंदे अवले अल्लाह खलक खलक में खाल पूरे रे उसरा बिठाई अवले बंद कर साजी साजन हारे ना कच कागज माटी के पांडे नागज पोच कुंभारे सब में सच्चा एक सोए इसका किया सब कच होए अवले अल्लाह अवले जाने सोए को जाने बंदा कहिए सोई अल्लो अलख न चाही लखिया गुर गुर दीना मीठा के कबीर मेरे संग का नास सर में रंजन दीठा अवले अल्लाह अवले अल्लाह नूर पाया कुदरत के सब बंदे अवले अल्लाह नूर पाया कुदरत के सब बंदे एक नूर ते सब जगह उपज कौन भले को मंदे अवले अल्लाह नूर पाया कुदरत के सब बंदे
That was a Sikh devotional song actually written by the poet saint philosopher from the 15th century named Kabir. And it's really this idea that the divine light connects us all. It's in all of us, right? That nur, that light. And henceforth, who am I to judge who is good or bad, right? Who am I to impose hierarchies or judgments onto other people? So a really core principle in Sikh philosophy and in so many spiritual and political traditions is this idea of connectedness and unity and oneness. So I hope you feel that spirit in this music and in the vibe that we're all creating together in this room. And we're going to play another Sikh devotional song. This one's called Mitar Pyare Nu. And it's really about finding connection and knowing that even when we feel isolated, we're never truly alone because we have a connection to something greater than ourselves.
प्यारे नू हाल मुरी दादा के ना मित्र प्यारे नू हाल मुरी दादा के ना तुद बिन रोगर चाहिया दाओडाना तुद बिन रोगर चाहिया दाओडाना नागन बासा दे रेना प्यारे नू हाल मुरी दादा के ना मित्र प्यारे नू हाल मुरी दादा के ना सुल सुराही कंजर पियाला कसाइयां दा सेना यार रेंदा सानू सतर चंगा भट खेरिया दारेना भट खेरिया दारेना हाल मुरीदा दा कहना प्यारे नू हाल मुरीदा दा कहना मित्र प्यारे नू हाल मुरीदा दा कहना 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 No real home but Inkilab Inkilab Oh Inkilab No real home but Inkilab Gadar machao bagi Gadar machao bagi Gadar machao bagi Gadar machao bagi बाकी है नाम अपना sembrando la semilla el suelo está temblando libertad. Gadar machao, bagi, gadar machao. Gadar machao, bagi, gadar machao. Gadar machao, bagi, gadar machao. Gadar machao, bagi, oh.
This is Jonathan Goldberger on guitar. Roman Kamani on drums and percussion. Yuka Tadano on bass. Thanks so much to Lotus Festival for having us. It's really an honor to be here. Some of us were here over a decade ago with Red Barath, and it's really great to be back with this project and to be closing out this festival with all of you fine people. So thank you. That was an anthem of rebellion and revolution, actually, and you'll see that our music vacillates between the spiritual and the rebellious, because in the Sikh community and in many of our communities, there's really no division between spiritual and political, or spiritual and sort of justice-mindedness, right? So in our community, fighting for the liberation of all people, fighting for justice, fighting against tyranny and oppression is actually a form of worship. It's a spiritual obligation in our community. So for me, it only makes sense then to vacillate between playing devotional music and playing anthems of rebellion, because to rebel, to revolt, to fight for justice and liberation is a deeply spiritual task, right? And so I hope this music fills you with that feeling of fighting for a better world while feeling deeply grounded, sort of in your own body and in your own mind and spirit. And so with that, I would love to teach you a song called Chardi Kala. Chardi Kala is a concept and practice in the Sikh community of revolutionary eternal optimism. So it's this idea that even in the hardest of times, the darkest of days, we have an obligation to remain in high spirits, right? So this idea that if we don't have hope, if we can't lift our heads up high, keep our chins up, then what do we really have, right? So that's an obligation to ourselves, that's an obligation to each other, that's an obligation to the planet, and indeed it's an obligation to the divine force that connects us all, if that's an idea that resonates with you. And even if it's not, I hope Chardi Kala is an idea that resonates with you and we can sort of fill this room with that positivity, yeah? So do y'all want to learn this one and sing it with us? All right. Cool. So it's a call and response with the melody, and the lyrics that we're going to sing together are Chardi Kala Vichrende, and then we just sing it one more time, Chardi Kala Vichrende, which means live with high spirits, right? Live in that sense of eternal optimism. So here, I'll show you how it goes, and then we'll practice singing it all together. And if did any of you catch one of our sets yesterday? Okay, so look at the people who are raising their hands, lean on them because they might know this already. They might be able to help you out.
Chardi Kala vich rehende, Chardi Kala vich rehende.
Okay, got it? So it's the singing part. So we're going to play that melody, and then we're all going to sing that together. Chardi Kala vich rehende, Chardi Kala vich rehende. Okay, let's try it all together. I'm going to get off the mic so I can hear you. Extra. Do y'all got it? I still heard myself more than I heard you, and I wasn't even using a microphone. I understand for some of you Punjabi might not be the most comfortable language, but Chardi Kala Vichrende, Chardi Kala Vichrende. And truth be told, Punjabi is not a very comfortable language for me either. My Punjabi is actually sadly, embarrassingly horrible. But I do my best to sing it, to do some justice to it when I sing it. But please don't try to have a conversation with me after the show in Punjabi. I'm going to fail miserably. Okay, let's get into this.
Chardi Kala vich rehende, Chardi Kala vich rehende. Chardi Kala vich rehende, Chardi Kala vich rehende. Bole sonehal sat sri akal, bole sonehal sat sri akal. O Nanak naam सर्वथा भला चढ़दी कला विच रहंदे चढ़दी कला विच रहंदे ओ बोले सोने हाल सत श्री अकाल ओ बोले सोने हाल सत श्री अकाल ओ नानक नाम चढ़दी कला तेरे भाने सर्वथा भला चढ़दी कला तेरे भाने सर्वथा भला Here we go. चढ़दी कला विच रहंदे चढ़दी कला विच रहंदे चढ़दी कला विच रहंदे ओ बोले सोने हाल सत श्री अकाल ओ बोले सोने हाल सत श्री अकाल ओ नानक नाम चढ़दी कला तेरे भाने सर्वथा भला
Live in eternal optimism with ever-rising spirits. Thank you. Thank you for singing with us. So we're going to do another piece that is inspired by a Sikh devotional song called Koi Bole Ram. And it's a very simple idea that the divine is referred to by many, many different names and many different traditions. And we're all talking about the same thing, right? We're all trying to find some closer truth, something greater than ourselves, something that connects us to something bigger. And quite unfortunately, religion and God often becomes this justification for exploitation, right? This justification for hatred, this justification for bigotry and division. And there's no worse example in the world today, perhaps, than what's going on in the country of India, my native homeland, where we see a massive rise in Hindu nationalism under the Modi administration. This idea that India is somehow a Hindu country, right? Erasing hundreds and hundreds of years of history of intermingling and being neighbors and being brothers and sisters across religion, right? And unfortunately, division ultimately is about power. And we have to call that out and confront it directly. And the words of this Sikh Shabad that were written in the 1500s, I think, are very much, I think, speak to this moment, that we're really talking about the same thing here. And I think the Prime Minister of India should listen up to these words. And what we see, thank you. And I think what we see happening in India is just the other side of the coin from what we see happening in this country, right? What we saw happen in 2016, and that unfortunately did not go away, right? White nationalism and Hindu nationalism and all forms of divisive sort of ethno-nationalism or racist nationalisms are really about the same thing, right? They're about separating us from each other in order to give advantages to a few and serve those in power. And my ancestors thankfully gave me a lot of wisdom that I hope to help share with you all today, that hundreds of years ago they were trying to unpack some of these same contradictions. And it feels to me like the ultimate hypocrisy when religion and spirituality are used as tools for oppression and division, when ultimately should be about the opposite, right? So this is Koi Bole Ram.
कोई बोले राम राम कोई खुदा है, कोई से बेगुसैया कोई अल्लाह है। कोई बोले राम राम कोई खुदा है, कोई से बेगुसैया कोई अल्लाह है। कोई बोले राम राम कोई खुदा है। कोई बोले राम राम कोई खुदा है, कोई से बेगुसैया कोई अल्लाह है। कोई बोले राम राम कोई खुदा है, कोई से बेगुसैया कोई अल्लाह है। कोई बोले राम राम कोई खुदा है। करें करीम कृपा तार रहीम, 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 कृपा तार रहीम, कृपा तार रहीम। कोई बोले राम राम, कोई बोले राम राम कोई खुदा है, कोई सैया कोई अल्लाह है, कोई बोले राम राम कोई खुदा है, कोई सदे को सैया कोई अल्लाह है, कोई बोले राम राम कोई खुदा है। दुनिया दुनिया होशियार बेदार, होशियार बेदार, जगत मुसीबत हो रे पाए, जगत मुसीबत हो रे पाए, निगम होशियार पहरुआ देखत जमले जाई। दुनिया दुनिया होशियार बेदार, दुनिया होशियार बेदार, दुनिया होशियार बेदार, दुनिया होशियार बेदार, होशियार बेदार। नींब बेयो आंब, आंब बेयो नींबा, नींब बेयो आंब, आंब बेयो नींबा, केला पाका जा, केला पाका जा, नले अलफल से बर पाका, मूरख मुग्ध गवा। दुनिया दुनिया होशियार बेदार, दुनिया होशियार बेदार, दुनिया होशियार बेदार, दुनिया दुनिया होशियार बेदार, होशियार बेदार। हर बेयो कांड रेत में बिखरियो, हस्ती चुनियो न जाई, हस्ती चुनियो न जाई, के कबीर कुल चाहत पात तार, जीती हो चुन खाई। दुनिया दुनिया होशियार बेदार,
Those words were also written by Kabir, and really sort of a wake-up call. Kabir, I don't know if y'all are familiar with the poet, saint philosopher Kabir. He's revered in many traditions, and many of his writings are included in the Sri Guru Granth Sahib, the six scriptures, but he is not of a Sikh background, actually. He comes from sort of the radical Bhakti tradition, sort of beyond religion, beyond faith, and really criticizing the hypocrisy and dogma that's insidious in so many religions, and that's really what I see that piece as about, right? People of the world remain awake and aware. So this reminder to always be critical, always ask questions, including when it comes to religion, maybe especially when it comes to religion. So speaking of religion, when I was a kid, I used to go to these Sikh camps. My friends over here might know something about Sikh camps, but you know, it was a great space of community building and learning, and that's really where I first started to play music when I was a child. Before I ever picked up the trumpet at age 9, I was playing harmonium and tabla and singing these beautiful devotional songs. And this is one that I learned when I was maybe 11 or 12 years old. And we're gonna play it for you exactly how I learned it as a kid at this Sikh camp in Southern California, and we're gonna put our own twist on it. But Tirgar beso harajan pyare, Satgur tumare kaj savare.
Tirgar beso harajan pyare, Satgur tumare सवारे तिर कर पैसो हर जन प्यारे सतगुर तुम्हारे काज सवारे दूस्त दूत परमेश्वर मारे जन की रखी करता रे पाद सहासा सब बस करती रे अमृत नाम महारस पीने फिर कर पैसो हर जन प्यारे सतगुर तुम्हारे काज सवारे भगवान साध संगत मिल कीनो दान शरण परे प्रभे अंतर जामी नानकी ओट पकड़ी प्रभ स्वामी तिर कर पैसो हर जन प्यारे सतगुर तुम्हारे
switch things up a little bit and actually play a song by the late, great Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. Sajna Tere Bina, I can't find one moment of peace without you, my beloved. Help us out.
सानू एक पल चैन ना आवे, सानू एक पल चैन ना आवे, सजना तेरे बिना, सजना तेरे बिना। सानू एक पल चैन ना आवे, सानू एक पल चैन ना आवे, सजना तेरे बिना, सजना तेरे बिना। साडा कलिया जी नहीं लगना, साडा कलिया जी नहीं लगना, सजना तेरे बिना, सजना तेरे बिना। कलिया जी नहीं लगना, साडा कलिया जी नहीं लगना, सजना तेरे बिना, सजना तेरे बिना। सजना तेरे बिना सजना तेरे बिना सजना तेरे बिना सजना तेरे बिना सानू एक पल चैन ना आवे सानू एक पल चैन ना आवे सजना तेरे बिना सजना तेरे बिना साडा कलिया जी नहीं लगना साडा कलिया जी नहीं लगना सजना तेरे बिना सजना तेरे बिना
Give it up one more time for Jonathan Goldberger on guitar. Rohan Kamani on drums, tabla, percussion. Multitasker extraordinaire. Yuka Tadano on bass. Really grateful to be playing with all these incredible musicians. Check out their projects. They're always up to a lot of amazing stuff, and I'm just honored to get to make this music with them, and really honored to get to make it for you on this beautiful afternoon. Thank you so much to Tamara and Lotus Festival for having us. It's been a really beautiful couple of days. Thanks for sharing space with us. Thank you. We have like too short for two songs, too long for one song. So we're gonna give you a long closer. Aisi Preet Karo Man Mere, another Sikh devotional song. That's really a love song. Love like this, oh my mind and heart, that 24 hours a day, the divine will feel near.
ऐसी प्रीत करो मन मेरे हट पहर प्रभ जानो नेरे ऐसी प्रीत करो मन मेरे मन में सिंचो हर हर नाम मन में सिंचो हर हर नाम अनदिन कीर्तन हर गुण गाम अनदिन कीर्तन हर गुण गाम अनदिन कीर्तन हर गुण गाम गाम ऐसी प्रीत करो मन मेरे ऐसी प्रीत करो मन मेरे हट पहर प्रभ जानो ने हट पहर प्रभ जानो ने ऐसी प्रीत करो मन मेरे कहो नानक जाके निर्मल भाग कहो नानक जाके निर्मल भाग हर चरनी ताका मन लाग हर चरनी ताका मन लाग हर चरनी ताका मन लाग 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 ऐसी प्रीत करो मन मेरे ऐसी प्रीत करो मन मेरे हट पहर प्रभ जानो मेरे हट पहर प्रभ जानो करो मन मेरे ऐसी प्रीत करो मन मेरे हट पहर प्रभ जानो नेरे हट पहर प्रभ जानो नेरे ऐसी प्रीत करो मन मेरे
Thank you so much. Have a beautiful afternoon. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.